Whether I'm speaking to a conference or whether I'm speaking to a smaller group, one thought is always on my mind. Attention, attention, attention. Now, I'm not saying that from the perspective of egotism. I just like attention. I'm saying it from the perspective of communication, because you know as well as I that without attention, we can't communicate with a person. And without communication, we can't teach. And if we can't teach, then they can't learn. Through the years, I've discovered things that won't work in getting the attention of a group. I've also learned some things that for me, they do work. And perhaps they'll be useful to you, whether you're speaking at an education conference or whether you're speaking in the classroom. 5 things that I find useful with reference to attention. The first of these has to do with giving our attention. You see, we want attention from them, but they need to see that they have our attention completely when we're speaking. By that, I mean simply that we're looking. As we speak, we're making eye contact with various ones in the group. In a conference, it would be more difficult to make eye contact with a number of people, but as best we can, we should try to make eye contact, and we should be looking over the room so that they know that we are there, that we are with them. We're not just uttering words. The second thing simply has to do with storytelling. I love to tell stories. I use quite a number of stories in my presentations, but someone else might say, I'm not much of a storyteller. Well, can you give an illustration? Stories and illustrations are very similar. In fact, stories are often told for illustrative purposes. And after a story or after an illustration, there is the most intense attention that we could get, generally speaking. They want to see what's next after the story, what's next after the illustration. They want to see the so what. Third thing, move, 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 move. Don't stand in one place all the time. Now, don't be like a caged lion, but we have to move about. We have to be active as we're speaking or as we're teaching. The fourth thing has to do with names. Names are so important. We get their attention when we call them by name, especially if we do so in a positive way. In a negative way, it could cause various ramifications in regard to future communication with that person. Names, though, are so powerful in that regard. The fifth thing I would mention is just listening. It's an amazing thing to me how many people have never discovered that people tend to listen to us the more that we tend to listen to them. As we listen to them, then oftentimes they want to listen to us. Oftentimes we have their attention if they know that they have our ears. Look for things that will help in regard to gaining attention. I believe you'll be rewarded in those searches for such things.